Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Grave Visitations here. So I'm here at this location here today in Pembroke Dock, and it's a military cemetery, so we're going to go inside here, and there's a very interesting story I want to talk about, and a grave. Right, so I'm actually here with another YouTuber. You probably know his face and you'll know his name. So I'll turn you around now and introduce you.
Hello.
So I'm here today with LT Jones.
Don't get my car in this pile of junk.
His car's okay. So we're here with LT Jones. We're actually going to do a video later together. It's an old abandoned graveyard, but for now we're going to go in and look at this military cemetery. If you haven't, check his channel out, LT Jones. I'll put a link in the description underneath the video. He does a lot of famous graves. He's done a lot of stuff in Los Angeles, all around the UK, etc. So without further ado guys, let's go inside and have a look. So this is the only military cemetery in Wales, and the story I want to talk about today here is visitors who were startled to see a 20-foot deep sinkhole opened up around the grave of Private Francis Ryan, who was a World War I soldier. So the earth gave way suddenly beneath his resting place, and his coffin plus the limestone it sat on vanished into a yawning void, leaving only his headstone teetering at the edge of the grave. So who was Private Ryan? Well, Private Ryan, he served in the 3rd Reserve Battalion of the King's Liverpool Regiment, and he passed away in 1915 at the age of 40. He was born in Longford, actually, in my own country in Ireland, in 1875. And though his unit never saw frontline action, it's believed he may have died in a training accident. So the cemetery here is unique. As I was saying, it's the only military cemetery in Wales, and by 2013 it held the remains of 23 Commonwealth soldiers from World War I and 51 more from World War II. So not only Private Ryan's grave was in jeopardy at the time, but also the graves of J. O'Brien, Private J. McGuinness, Gunner William Henry Hurley, Private Charles Joseph Duffy and Private E. Sullivan. So what caused this huge sinkhole in this military cemetery? Well, investigations revealed the heavy prolonged rain had eroded the limestone beneath Ryan's plot, carving out a sinkhole over the winter between 2013 and 2014. And maintenance crews, they fenced off the area and installed a protective metal grille to prevent further collapses, and of course probably to keep away grave robbers. So that is the story of the sinkhole here in Pembroke Military Cemetery, and we will go over and visit Private Ryan's grave. If anybody has ever watched the movie Saving Private Ryan, we have the similar namesake here, Private Ryan. So here we have the Royal Navy, the poppies. So this cross of sacrifice is an intention with those being set up in France and Belgium and other places throughout the world where our dead of the Great War are laid to rest. Right guys, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring you around and we'll read a couple of these headstones here first before we go and have a look at Private Ryan's final resting place. So here we have his brother officers to the memory of William Robinson, Master, 36th Regiment, who died at Pembroke Dock in 1878, aged 38 years old. It's kind of hard. We have a Colonel James Tupper, I think is the name here, Welsh Fusiliers, born in Guernsey, and he died at Pembroke Dock December the 23rd 1831, maybe, I think is on that. So it's a beautiful cemetery, and it is windy here today, so I hope you can hear me. I don't have my microphone. This is to the memory of Colonel Isaac Moore, who commanded the 13th Depot Battalion at this station, and formerly the 12th, I think, Depot Battalion in Ireland. Died the 14th of October 1868 in his 59th year. So there we go, we have connections in this cemetery with Ireland, as I was saying, not just Private Ryan's, but this grave we're looking at right here as well. This was erected by his brother officers to the memory of George Dunsmore, a lieutenant who died Pembroke Dock 1878, and he was only 26 years of age. So we can see beautiful tall trees around the military cemetery, and it wouldn't be one of my usual videos, military cemeteries. I don't really kind of do them, but I said while I'm in the area I would do a video of this one because it is interesting story. Of course, that sinkhole, 20 feet deep it was. So instead of taking out the coffin, you know, and trying to sort it out maybe, or the grave, they didn't do that. They left the coffin, so he's actually buried 20 feet below in his grave instead of the normal 6 feet depth of a grave when someone has been buried. So we'll walk now and show you his grave. And there's a couple here. R. Hogan, age 24, died in 1916. Here we have a HMCA Broomhead, Royal Army Medical Corps, 18th of February 1941. This is Sergeant J. Morn, Staff Carmarthen, who died in 1904. Definitely a lot of these names here are Irish. We have Connor here. Right guys, so I found the final resting place here of Private Ryan. What a name, Private Ryan. As we can see here, Private F. Ryan, the King's Liverpool Regiment, the 23rd of July 19. Is that 15? I think that's on it there, or 16. So this is the grave where they had the the very big problem, I suppose. The 20-foot hole, a sinkhole, all around this area here. And I'll put a photo over the video. We can see the cage they used to put over this to, I suppose, stop people from falling into it, or you know, stuff like that as well. And this is where it happened, a huge sinkhole in the cemetery. So Private Ryan is buried 20 feet below. So all this area here that we're looking at now, just below, I suppose, the headstone area there. The headstone was teetering just above the sinkhole, and luckily the headstone didn't fall in on top of the coffin and stuff. But a scary, scary thing when you think about it, that you know, the remains of this soldier and the coffin sank 20 feet, and I think it was 6 feet wide, so it was a huge gaping hole that was there. So rest in peace to Private Ryan, formerly of Longford in the Republic of Ireland. So as an Irishman here today, thank you for your service, and to everybody else that's buried here in the cemetery, thank you for your service. Lest we forget, you're not forgotten, and it's an honour to come to your grave today. And here we have J. McGuinness, King's, Shropshire, 14th of September 1914, and there's beautiful carvings and stuff on that headstone there. So there we go, guys. That is Pembroke Military Cemetery, the only military cemetery in Wales.
Were you nervous when you were walking about in case you fell into a sinkhole?
I thought I was going to be swallowed up in the sinkhole, but thankfully I wasn't. So I got out of it okay. There's sirens in the background as I video this piece, so the police aren't after us, LT, I don't think, are they? Maybe they know we're here. So I just wanted to show you this interesting section here. Under this tree here at the bottom of it, we can see some metal there. Look at that. And just down below it then, we have a base of like a headstone. So I wonder, was there an actual grave and headstone there, and the tree, nature taking over, I suppose, came up through the whole grave and took over? Because this is definitely pieces of metal and stuff here, or iron I should say, maybe, that's in that. Now LT Jones tells me there's a grave over here I should look at, so we'll go there now and see what this is. There's an interesting name there, Henry Broome, 46th Regiment, who departed this life 1868, and he was only 38 years old. Also Henry, infant son of the above, who died in 1866, aged 13 months I think. Very sad. A young child of Henry Broome, rest in peace. So this grave here we see with the tree, LT Jones was telling me, surely this tree has grown up right up through the grave, through the coffin and everything. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section below what you think. I have seen this kind of stuff before in Ireland, but the grave and the headstone is really interesting. Look at that. And it's Sergeant James Orr of the Lancashire Regiment, who died July 1868, aged 31 years old. Beautiful headstone. What I like is the design on it there, the hole in the middle. Celtic cross style. So that grave we can see just there, and the tree has grown right up through the middle of it. Look at that, nature again taking over. So that's what happens. So I'm going to leave the video at that. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and follow me. Who knows where I'll be next, what I'll be doing.